All right. Hello, everyone. It's Mr. Punkquist. I will literally never get the intro right ever again. It is Mr. Punkquist from Heavy Moon Battle. We're here with another dungeon run. By that I mean Solo-nely. The gods have graced me with luck because pretty much a week after the Pit of Heresy run, Grasp of Avarice became the weekly featured dungeon, which means that I can finally get revenge on this motherfucker over there, Phry'zhia. I honestly don't know what I was thinking when I did solo grass the first time, because like grass was actually like a pretty, like, it's a relative, I guess, in my head compared to the other dungeons it was way easier, but like realistically, like it's a pretty rough dungeon. And I guess no dungeon is really rough nowadays, but I mean like at the time, like I was definitely in pain. But hopefully this will be my get back. I'm gonna grab these. It's stupid, probably shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna grab them. Yeah, I don't know why I thought my like newbie ass could fucking do this dungeon before, or like during the last time, because yeah, I mean this dungeon's honestly like I said, pretty up there in regards to shit you have to do. Is it also, you know, a cakewalk? Yes, but like, you know, nothing's a cakewalk to me. First of all, let's get that straight. But also, like, I think it was just the damage. Honestly, I think the fact that this event or this dungeon came out with the 30th anniversary, it made me like think lesser of it. Like I thought, like, oh, I could fucking do it. This whole dungeon's like supposed to just be celebrating fucking like Bungie past. Hello? There we go. Jesus. Also, this is load up, by the way. I feel like I shouldn't have to mention this. You know, you can see you have ice, but yeah, we're going axe. I know a lot of people use fucking, goddamn it, the chainsaw sword that I can't think of the name of right now, because you can heal yourself with every hit. But I like the axe. Call me nostalgic for a pretty mid expansion, but I like the axe. Okay, so we're sticking to the axe. Yeah, not bad for our first damage. We've already done about 40 times more damage than any of the last two attempts, parts, whatever, from 17 years ago. Although, to be fair, looking back at those again, I'm not gonna mention the loadouts, but they were pretty fucking bad. I was using a fucking glaive and 17's fucking worm launcher, so you know, not exactly bringing my best shit into the raid, into the dungeon. Excuse me. I just want to mention this real quick too. I did attempt it last week. I did attempt a master version of this just to see if I could do it, because I said I was too lazy, but at the same time, like, I also just felt like I couldn't do it. And it's 100% true. Any confidence I got from soloing Pit of Heresy in this dungeon at the beginning of Monuments of Triumph, got completely shoved out the window when I actually did a master run and got basically my dick pushed in for 45 minutes. Couldn't even make it past Phry'zhia in that, so yeah, that obviously goes down the drain. So if I somehow don't finish it this week, well, it's a featured dungeon, then I'm just gonna do it without getting tier 5s. To be honest, it's amazing what minus 400 or minus 30 power level difference can do for you. Can't send me in. Hello? Nothing better than a glitchy Scorch Cannon. For this being the like mechanic of the dungeon, the two, honestly, mechanics of this dungeon I have kind of a bone to pick with. I'm gonna be 100% honest. The fucking engrams, they decide, their will is not their own. They fucking choose where to land, and most of the time it's as far away from me as possible, or like just, you know, in stupid locations. Scorch Cannon, well, fun and obviously nostalgic, because that's the whole point of this dungeon. You know, also very fucking finicky in regards to how they want to work. Also, at least like ever since Monument of Triumphs, I've been breaking my fucking camera. I'll see if I can do it during this run at some point. But ever since Monument of Triumphs, my camera's been breaking with the Scorch Cannon, where it would just randomly get behind me, so it makes it harder to aim. I don't know what the fuck that is and when that started happening, but yeah, that's fucking annoying. I also gotta make sure you, because I realized the closer I get into the edge, in some sort of, you know, anti-Bungie propaganda, the closer I get into the edge, the more likely he is to teleport, which is extremely annoying. Also, where did my fucking tornado go? Hello? That was very suboptimal. Not as good as my first run, but hey, we'll take it. Yeah, going back to why I guess I chose this dungeon. I think at the time, maybe this is some revisionist history, but I think at the time of this dungeon's release, I think this was my, oh, there kind of was. You saw for a second where it like went behind my head. One second. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, at the time of this dungeon's release, I think this probably was my favorite dungeon in Destiny at the time. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever. I don't know. I don't know if that's just like hope, or like I said, revisionist history. Excuse me. But I mean, I really liked it. I think the whole 30th anniversary event was crazy good. Not only for all the like references that I think one of my favorite parts of the 30th anniversary was just going like looking up all the shit. Like, I mean, that was before I played Classic Marathon, so like the four or the Hunter and Spit fucking armor, I had no idea. I kind of knew about the security officer because I remember the armor from fucking Halo. That was a reference to that, but like again, my baseline knowledge on Marathon was fucking such like such basic shit when the 30th anniversary came out. So it's fun to like sort of get a taste of that. I also like going back to the dungeon and less about the whole event. Also, obviously, Days of Returning was a fucking blast and a half. Still one of the best game modes or event modes, I guess, that they've ever added in this game. Unironically, especially because it was the only time it added fucking live gambling to Destiny. You love to see it. They were ahead of their time, turns out. But I also like how all the encounters, or most of the encounters in this dungeon, also sort of I fucking got it. Okay, boom. I also like how a lot of the encounters in this dungeon do sort of also have references. Are you fucking my ass? Hello? Okay, so you do work. Good to know. Okay, back to what I was saying for the fourth fucking time. I do like how a lot of the parts of this dungeon have like general callbacks to Bungie shit. Like obviously the Warhog run that we're gonna do after this. Like I don't know if this is like a contentious opinion, contentious opinion. But I always saw this this boss fight, essentially being a reference to like the whole like Devil's Lair of it all, since that was obviously like the first strike we were allowed to play in Destiny, and the one they showed off all the time, and the one that had like a full fucking playthrough trailer and like was at E3 and all that shit. So I think that was kind of what they were going for this. Why they chose an ogre? Who fucking knows? I think they chose an ogre personally because ogres are probably one of the most iconic Destiny enemy designs. Maybe that's speaking too highly of ogres, but I mean, when I think of Destiny, like Hive are definitely probably probably like Hive and fucking Vex, to be honest, are my two like. That's what I think about when I think about Destiny. They should do a poll on that. Someone should fucking poll a bunch of Destiny players, or even people who've never heard of Destiny actually, and say like, what like what race do you think? What species do you think of when it comes to Destiny? That was terrible. I was too focused on my fucking stupid ass commentary. Obviously, the opening encounter is the loot cave from the beginning of Destiny's life. Oh please. Okay. And you too, please. Okay. The only one I can't really like. I'm having a hard time thinking of personally is the final boss fight and the cannons. And I have a lot to say about the cannons, so I'm not going to spoil it now because when we get to the cannons and assuming the next part, which by the way I should probably mention that too, this Grasp of Avarice redemption run isn't going to be one video like the Pit Heresy one ended up turning out to be. That was mainly because Pit Heresy one started on like the third to last encounter, technically third and a half to last encounter. But I mean, this one we still have the fucking Warhog run, we have the fucking cannons, and then we have the final boss. So yeah, it's gonna be a couple parts. So fair warning. Yeah, the cannon and the final boss are the two that I don't really have a perfect lineup for. Like if I want to squint, maybe I could say like the area in the final boss fight kind of looks like some, that like what I've never had this much trouble with this fucking door before. The final encounter boss room reminds me a little bit of like certain sections of like the Reef, maybe. So they're going for like a post like a House of Wolves reference, but that's a stretch and a half almost, honestly. So I would like if you told me to like gun to my head, I wouldn't agree with that completely, if you know what I'm saying. But all right, let's go spit on Phry'zhia for 30 seconds. Or let's go fucking spit on him for a second. Come on, bud. Drop that shield. Shoulder peek. So bad at shoulder peeking. And goodbye. I was like, if that doesn't kill, holy shit. Okay. Easy clap. Literally no sweat. Ooh, Matador. Okay. What are even, I guess slide shot opening shot's not bad, right? 1-2 punch. I still don't like Lone Wolf, and I never will. I'll keep it. That was 12 minutes. So yeah. I mean, it is generally crazy. I was gonna say generally crazy, like, how much easier this shit has become. But again, like I said, if I wanted difficult, I could just do fucking master and actually get my shit pushed in for 10 years. I should have clipped it. I was actually raging so hard trying to do master Phry'zhia. It was a rough time. I basically had force my super on the stupid guys, the interberries that would spawn on the top things to drop engrams. It was bad. It was terrible. It was not fun. Either way, now for the real fun part, the Warthog run. Obviously iconic. The second we got to this encounter, I was like, holy shit, this is so cool. I remember fucking, I mean, you can literally see my reaction actually in the on high. So I also love how it uses the fucking mind. I mean, obviously they're going to because I'm sure they're fucking just reprogrammed minds. But I like how they use the mind noise from fucking Prison of Elders. I believe this is also like the first time we actually get like a full on like. It's probably the closest we'll ever get to like an actual Halo reference in the game. Obviously, besides all the 30th anniversary stuff, as a bad example. But like, I don't know. This is like the first time like all the other like Halo Easter eggs that people always talked about, like Destiny 1, I always took as like, you know, it could go either way, sort of like don't get sued defense. But I should have got. I hope. Am I gonna have enough time? If I do this first try, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh come on! I'm not going to. Yay! I get to fail. Let's do this right this time. Like I was saying, what was I saying actually? Holy shit! I completely lost what I thought. Oh, all the past Destiny 1 references, like the Master Chief helmet on Mars in Destiny 1, or the, you know, the pod that you can find in Taken King in that one fucking mission. Like all those, I feel like are, you know, you can give or take. Like honestly, the pod one especially, you could fucking make a note of that being like a Marathon reference too. John Marathon, John Security Officer, was put into cryo at the end of Marathon 1, so like it could really go both ways. Or it just shows how Bungie loves to reuse ideas for its content or for its games, but you know, we won't go into that. Okay, 15 seconds is literally way too much time. I could do like 360s for the next 10 minutes and be fine. Oh, I'll do this too, just to be safe. And thank you very much. By the way, I really enjoyed. Oops, sorry, couldn't reach fucking despawn fast enough, but yeah, I really enjoyed the Warhog run. I mean, like they were doing more sparrow racing. Like obviously we have sparrow racing in the game forever now, but like seeing that in like 2021 gave me so much hope for sparrow racing to come back. I was like, oh, for sure, 2022 like dawning, we're getting sparrow racing. And we did. Oh yeah, I forgot. I fucking opened that chest already. For I did a test run to make sure I still got it. To do this dungeon, and yeah, open up chest. Don't worry. I got literally only armor, so you missed absolutely nothing. Either way, I think I could bore myself to death doing this next encounter, but I'd rather save that for a fresh video. Frankly, because I know doing this and the boss would be like a legit 40-minute video probably. So I'd like to, you know, keep it nice and tight. So, oh god, are we in? I just want to make sure. I actually left this dungeon midway through, so I want to know. I'm assuming it's just going to start me there. You would think. Oh, also, there goes Flawless. Even though I died to the fucking... Yeah, never mind. Way too late of a joke. Yeah, of course, starts me there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll get to this monstrosity of an encounter in the next one. Either way, though, that was a Solo-nely dungeon run, and this is Mr. Punkquist from Heavy Moonbound, signing out. I will see you next time.